Hi everyone. So today's look sort of peach and olive and a lot of black blended out and kind of blended into a very bright highlight color. The end result, I almost look like, almost kind of looks like what I would look like if I was a Jerseylicious girl. So that was kind of an accident. It's kind of a fun look. So anyways, I actually do like watching the show. I think it's fun and entertaining, and you know, overall I really like the characters. If you haven't seen the show, it's basically a bunch of hairstylists and makeup artists that live in Jersey. But so I guess this is my look if I was a Jerseylicious girl, although those girls usually wear a lot more of like a classic smoky eye, very flared out, big false lashes, a lot of winged liner, huge artificial acrylics, which I don't have. So I guess if I was a Jerseylicious girl, I'd probably have, you know, big long brown hair and leopard print acrylics or something like that. But anyways, I hope that you enjoy this look, and I had a lot of fun doing it, and there's a lot of fun indie brands in this tutorial. It's inexpensive, so I'll put a link in the bottom bar for everything I used as far as, you know, the indie brands, and I'll list everything. So I hope that you enjoy this tutorial, and thanks so much for watching. Now to get going on the look, I'm going to be taking the e.l.f. cream shadow in Candlelight. It looks very much like MAC's Bare Steady Paint Pot. Here's MAC's Bare Steady Paint Pot. So MAC's Bare Steady Paint Pot is definitely pinker, but this will definitely look very similar on the eyelids. So I'm just going to pat my finger into that, pick up some of that color, and pop this on my eyelid so that the pigments really stick. Now this look will start creasing on you if you don't sort of either apply a color over the lid or into the crease. Sometimes I like to work with the lid last and just kind of apply my background color. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to take Pumpkin and Poppy Cosmetics. This is Riviera, and it's just this taupey kind of gray matte brown color. So I'm going to be applying this with the Delime Tools 785. Looks like this. It's just a blending brush. And I'll put a link to Delime Tools in the very bottom, and I'm now listing all the tools I use in videos, and I fill out bottom bars as fast as I can get to the bottom bar, or as fast as I have time-wise to fill that out for you. And then I'm just going to blend that out. This is going to work as our background color. Blend it out and blend it up. I'm not going to apply like my kind of triangular crease shape, which I've done in other looks. I'm going to keep this crease a little soft. I don't want the matte gray to take over. Now I'm going to be taking a pigment. Now the All Natural Face and Pumpkin and Poppy are priced similarly to drugstore cosmetics, so I don't really feel guilty taking them, and you can always shop online. I know some people are kind of against it, shopping online. I haven't had any issues with credit cards stolen or anything. Just make sure when you create accounts to not use the same password for every account, and to just book your passwords, whether they are in a private, non-online folder on your computer or, you know, in a journal or whatever. I'm going to be taking the All Natural Face eyeshadow in Peach Ice, and I'm just, it kind of looks like Sin by Urban Decay, so if you got that, that'll work. So I'm just going to press this all over the eyeshadow using that same blending brush, 785. It's really pretty, highly pigmented pigment. Almost like a really nice highlight color for deeper skin tones. So I'm just going to blend that out. It's got a really beautiful shine to it, and it really pops on Candlelight. Now I'm going to be taking another pigment sample from the All Natural Face, and this is Olive You, and everything from the All Natural Face is vegan. So I'm just going to open this up. It's in a little sample jar. And it's a really pretty deep olive color that kind of reminds me of Deep Truth by MAC or Kush by Urban Decay. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that on that same 785, and we're going to start blending out this color. kind of like peaches and olives. Gee, that's a nice winning flavor combo. I'm just going to go from the outer corner and blend this into the crease. So there you go. It kind of reminds me of a smoky martini, which is like really trendy right now. And I'm gonna go back with Pumpkin Poppy Cosmetics, and I'm going to take Couturier. This was kind of named after me in a way. No affiliation, Veggie Beauty makes these and we're just friends. But I'm gonna take a little bit of Couturier, which is that really pretty sort of light bamboo color. This is like a really pretty color that just sort of gives your look a very finished, very polished look. It's kind of a transition, soft, natural color. And since Couturier means like high fashion, finished, polished, elegant, artistic artwork, that's kind of why this color is just a very soft and gentle tone. Just kind of like polishes up a look. So I'm just going to take this color. I'm going to blend over the top of olive juice. And kind of blend that out. Or not olive juice. I'm thinking of, I don't know if you've ever seen The Other Sister, but I think of the end part where I think her name is Julia and Diane. No. I'm so tongue-tied on celebrity names, but they scream out olive juice at the end. Anyways, this is all of you. Now I know the celebrity names. This is Juliette Lewis and Diane Keaton and some other people. And I'm going to be taking Pumpkin and Poppy Cosmetics Louvre. And it's just this really pretty sort of white, yellow color. This is a good tone if you are light, medium, or tan. Not such a good color if you're porcelain. Maybe this would be a good eyelid color if you're porcelain. I'm just going to take this color on the Diluting Tool 769. This kind of reminds me of Urban Decay's Foxy eyeshadow, but this is has much more of a gleam to it. Not quite Max Vanilla. Max Vanilla is much more white. I'm just gonna press this into the brow bone area so that it's just kind of erased a little bit. This crease is erased a little bit. Kind of blend it out. I'm going to take Ice Princess. This is now in the permanent line. I believe she kept the original packaging still. This is from her Batman Returns collection. So it's just a really pretty bright white. This is really good if you have porcelain skin. And it's got red iridescence in it. So maybe this is not the tone for everybody because the red, but I don't know. I think it's still pretty versatile. So I'm going to be picking it up on that same brush. I'm just going to pull down the center of the arch of the brow bone and kind of brighten that up, kind of take away the yellow and green cast to the brow highlight, or at least the top of it, and kind of blend it back. It's kind of like this very kind of green, peach, like green, yellow, kind of very done up smoky eye where, you know, it kind of stays consistent to the brow bone. So almost like a very like insanely classic smoky eye, but in green. Now I'm going to be taking Eiffel from Pumpkin and Poppy Cosmetics. And we're just going to dip into that. This is a classic matte black. This is her very first matte black, and I think all her all natural colors are permanent. So I'm just going to go into the outer V with 781. You could see like I barely touched my outer V and it just went everywhere. It's very dark. So you're getting a very pigmented black with this. Look how I can blend it in without it kind of getting creamy or nasty or going everywhere. I'm just going to use little rotation motions to kind of blend it up. And that will kind of tone down some of the shimmer, because I know a lot of you guys feel my looks are so similar, because sometimes I shouldn't say sometimes, I do take a lot of shimmery shadows because a lot of shimmery shades are vegan. But if you like the colors I use but you don't like the texture, you can always take mattes. It's cool. And we're just going to place that in the outer V. I do wish more vegan companies would do more mattes. Veggie Beauty's already done a few, so I really like that. Just going to place this in the outer V. Sometimes vegan matte shades can get very chalky and chunky, so I tend to not buy them. But yes, you can wear shimmer or matte regardless of your age. I know I get asked that a lot. Shimmer can actually deflect away from very tired eyes, whereas sometimes like a chalky matte will stick right on to like a line or a crease. So shimmer isn't really an issue, I don't think. Now for underneath the eye, I took Urban Decay's concealer in CIA. Now don't try this with a tube concealer because it'll run into your eye. I've done it before with tube concealers and I've just had to pull it right off. So yeah, don't do that. These work very similarly to MAC's chromographic pencils. They're just a lot creamier and a lot more fuller coverage. So I feel it's pretty safe to stick this on the waterline. So, but if you feel otherwise, don't do anything you're not comfortable with. I'm gonna take a little bit of Couturier and I'm going to swipe this onto the lower lash line. I'm just gonna use that same brush I used for the eyebrow arch, and this is the 769. I'm just taking the point, and yeah, it's got a point, and I'm facing it towards me. Kind of like a pencil brush, and we're just gonna blend that out. I'm gonna take Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Liner in Carbon Black, and we're just gonna line the upper lash line. And kind of flick that out to a tiny wing. Now I'm gonna apply our Dell Demi Wispies, or these are, sorry, the regular Wispies. I always go back to these. Sometimes I stop wearing them because I know a lot of people have already worn them. They've been, you know, they're like the most purchased lash, but I think there's a reason for that. They're really pretty. So I'm gonna take them again, and they just class up a look without making you look like you have too much eyelash. So I'm gonna put these on and be right back. And for our blush, I'm going to take Milani Baked Powder Blush in Luminoso, number 5. And this is just a dupe of any kind of peachy, pink color. It's kind of like Orgasm, my own Super Orgasm, so I don't think this looks anything like Super Orgasm because it's got no glitter in it. It has a sheen, which is like NARS Orgasm, but it's not identical to it. NARS Orgasm is not matte, so you can get Luminous, that one's matte, but yeah, not on the main website, I don't believe anymore. So I'm just going to go ahead and buff that on. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Just go ahead and apply that. And then if you want to even carve out the hollows of your cheek more, you can. I just don't like lines, visible lines on the face. It's kind of an 80s look in my opinion. And now for a highlight, I'm going to be taking the All Natural Face Peach Ice eyeshadow. And we're just going to take a little bit of that. We're going to try to get our e.l.f. brush into it by holding it like this. I'm just going to get into that. We're just going to apply this to the top of the cheekbone. This is a color that's good for medium to tan skin tones. Just really trying to squeeze it. Use an eye brush and then blend it out. And then of course I'm going to be taking another lip product. I'm going to take the Urban Decay Super Saturated High Gloss Lip Color in Love Child. Pretty pink color. I'm just gonna make the lip a little bit paler because the cheeks are very pale pink, and I kind of want to stick with that. And I'm gonna be taking the Pumpkin and Poppy Cosmetics Platinum Blonde Lip Gloss. And I don't know if she's gonna be keeping this finish. This is a frost. I have the original formula. I tend to get her products the week they come out, so I tend to get the originals, and then based on feedback, she either keeps it or changes one thing or another. But if this is going in a permanent line, I have a feeling I saw her right, that the finish is changing. But it'll still be this really pretty pink. So some of you who don't like frost finish will probably really love the new formula. So I hope that you enjoyed my tutorial, and thank you so much for watching.